Welcome class, welcome to Intro to Engineering Design with Mr. McDonald. Today we're going to continue working on our dice set project with our D8 dice, also referred to as an octahedron, which just means an 8-sided figure, hedron meaning they are all equilateral triangles, so all sides being the same size. So this here is roughly what it will look like. So let's jump in and get started on creating this part. So first things we're going to do, we're going to hit insert a new tab, and I'm going to create a new part studio so I get my blank working space. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hide the front and the right planes. I really only need one plane to make this. I'm going to rotate to get the top-down view from the top. And so while this is a kind of a simple pyramid shape, kind of a double pyramid, instead of like the D4, which was a 3-sided pyramid or a triangular, this one is a square pyramid or bi-rectagonal pyramid, kind of a fancy term. So either way, we're going to start by sketching on the top. We're going to create a rectangle. Instead of doing our normal corner rectangle, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a center point rectangle this time. So we'll start at the origin, and I'm going to create roughly about 1 inch wide. Now I'm going to change my dimensions to 1 by 1 just to get it nice and locked in. So similar to the D4 dice, I'm going to create an offset plane. So I'm going to green check this. I'm going to right click on top plane over here, hit the offset plane. It knows where I want already since I selected it off the top. So unlike the other dice where I just created a 1 inch, in this case I'm going to use the ratios based off a standard dice. So if you look above my head, there's a picture of roughly a standard size dice, and you can see that it's 20 millimeters tall by 15 millimeters wide on each face. So again, that 20 millimeters is the full height, so if we cut that in half, that's 10. So the ratio of the height to the length of the face is 2 to 3. So if my face is 1 inch, I need my height of each side to be 2/3 of that. So I'm going to change this 1 inch to 0.667. Essentially 2/3. So I'm going to create one plane 2/3 of an inch above. There I'm going to sketch on that plane just a dot right over the origin. I'm then going to create another offset plane off the top for 0.667 inches. This one I'm going to flip to the other side. So now I've kind of got a sandwich of planes, or maybe even a lasagna with a couple of layers there. I'm going to hit my check mark. I'm going to rotate back to having that top-down view. I'm going to create a sketch on plane 2, and I just left-clicked here on plane 2. Again, this is just going to be a dot, and then I'm good. So, first time I ever did this, I thought I could just go through and loft all 3 together. So the dot, the square, and the next one. But it kind of gives you this rounded off shape, which really isn't what you're going for. You want those angles to be nice and tight. So we're going to get rid of the last one I connected to give the top a nice square-based pyramid. So we're going to check that. We're then going to do a separate loft from the bottom dot to this face. So that way we've got nice tight square pyramids on both sides without the fluffy edges. So now we're going to hide our planes so they don't kind of bog down our view. I'm also going to hide the origin. We don't really need that anymore. And so last step I will do here in this video is just doing that fillet to round off those edges. So go through, make sure we select all of our edges. You'll notice as I go through, it turns purple for a moment. As long as I get all of the sides when I'm said and done, it will turn yellow again. And then I know I'm good. So if it still stays purple, I missed one, I need to go back through and fix that. So I'll end up with a bunch of edges of the loft here, both of number 1 and number 2. Again, I've been enjoying that look of the 0.05 for the rest of my dice, so I'm going to continue with that same theme, kind of roundedness of this dice. So there you go. There we have our D8 dice.